Welcome to a chilling exploration of one of America's most haunting mysteries. Today we're diving into the secrets and eerie atmosphere of a house steeped in history and surrounded by unanswered questions. Located in Villisca, Iowa, this small town residence hides a dark past that has left a lasting imprint on its walls. We'll uncover the strange happenings, tales of the unknown, and lingering energies that have captivated paranormal investigators and historians alike. Join me as we journey through the shadows and mysteries of this iconic, unsettling home. Just a heads up, this story contains some disturbing details. You may want to listen with the lights on. The Villisca Axe Murder House, located in Villisca, Iowa, is known for one of the most gruesome unsolved crimes in American history. Here's a little breakdown covering the history, the events that took place, and hauntings associated with the house. On the night of June 9, 1912, the Moore family returned home after a Children's Day event at their local Presbyterian church. Josiah, aka Joe Moore, and his wife Sarah lived in this house with their 4 children: Herman, who was 11, Mary Catherine, who was 10, Arthur, who was 7, and Paul, who was 5. That night, they also hosted 2 guests, Lena, who was 12, and Ina Stillinger, who was 8, both friends of Mary Catherine. In the early hours of June 10th, an unknown assailant entered the home while the family and their guests were sleeping. The killer used an axe, likely one owned by Joe, to bludgeon all 8 occupants. The blows were so forceful that the ceilings above the beds bore gouges from the upswing. The killer left the axe in the guest bedroom where the Stillinger sisters were found and covered all the mirrors in the house and even the faces of the victims with cloth. Additionally, a plate of uneaten food and a bowl of bloody water were found in the kitchen, suggesting the killer lingered after the murders. They were discovered the next morning when a neighbor noticed the Moores' home was unusually quiet. After alerting Joe Moore's brother, Ross, who found the bodies, the news spread quickly. Law enforcement arrived, but the crime scene was contaminated by curious townsfolk before proper investigation could be conducted. Several suspects were considered, including Reverend George Kelly, a traveling preacher with a history of mental illness, Frank Jones, a local businessman with a possible grudge against Joe Moore, and William Blackie Mansfield, a serial killer at the time. However, no one was ever convicted, and the case remains unsolved to this day. The Villisca Axe House has become infamous for its paranormal activity. Visitors, paranormal investigators, and mediums frequently report strange occurrences in the house, which has been largely preserved in its original state. Many visitors report hearing the sounds of children laughing, whispering, or even playing, even though no children are present. Footsteps are often heard throughout the house, particularly on the staircase and in the attic where it is suspected the killer might have waited. People frequently experience sudden drops in temperature and report feeling touched, tugged, or even scratched by unseen forces. Paranormal investigators have captured voices on audio recordings, with some claiming to hear names and cries for help. Some visitors have claimed to see shadowy figures, including what they believe to be the ghost of Sarah Moore or one of the Stillinger girls. The room where the Moore children and the Stillinger girls were found is particularly active. People often feel an eerie presence there, and some have reported seeing impressions on the beds as if someone invisible is sitting there. Since it's believed the killer may have hidden here, the attic is another hotspot. Paranormal investigators have recorded strange sounds and picked up unsettling energy in the space. The Villisca Axe Murder House has been featured on numerous paranormal TV shows, including Ghost Adventures and Paranormal Lockdown. Investigators from these shows have recorded significant evidence, including EVP recordings and unexplained movements. Some visitors report intense feelings of dread or sadness upon entering the house, which some believe is an imprint of the traumatic events. Others experience nausea, headaches, or overwhelming emotions, especially in the areas of the house associated with the murders. The Villisca Axe Murder House now operates as a tourist attraction and offers overnight stays for those brave enough to experience its eerie atmosphere firsthand. Oh gosh, would you stay here overnight? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I don't know if I can handle it. The current owners maintain the house to preserve its historical and paranormal integrity, attracting visitors from all over the world. The events shocked the small town of Villisca, impacting its residents deeply. The brutal nature of the crime, combined with the unsolved mystery, left a mark on the community. Over a century later, the event still captures public fascination, with theories about the case and its supernatural elements persisting. In summary, the Villisca Axe Murder House remains one of America's most haunted locations, with a dark history that continues to intrigue and unsettle visitors. The blend of brutal, unsolved crime and active paranormal activity has cemented it as a place where history and the supernatural seem to intersect. What do you think? If you were to investigate the house, would you try to connect with the poor victims of the crime, or would you try to find out who committed these crimes? Let me know, and please like the video if you found it interesting, and subscribe for more videos like this. If you have a haunted location you want to learn more about, let me know and I'll do a video on it. Stay spooky, friends!